The Galaxy S26 Plus might be the most pointless flagship Samsung has released in years. And the weirdest part, it feels like Samsung knows it. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. At this year's Unpacked event, the spotlight was clearly on the Ultra. The regular Galaxy S26 Plus got its fair share of attention too. But the Plus? It was there, almost out of obligation, like a middle child that no one quite knows what to do with. And that's strange, because this isn't some experimental side model. This is supposed to be one of the three pillars of Samsung's main flagship lineup. Yet when you look at the pricing and the upgrades, or lack of them, it's hard to understand why it even exists. Let's talk numbers. The Galaxy S26 Plus starts at $899 with 256 gigabytes. The Galaxy S26 Ultra starts at $1,299 with 256 gigabytes. Right in the middle, the Galaxy S26 Plus comes in at $1,099 for 256 gigabytes and $1,299 for 512 gigabytes. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Last year, the Galaxy S25 Plus launched at $999 for 256 gigabytes and $1,119 for 512 gigabytes. That means the S26 Plus is $100 more expensive for the base storage and a massive $180 more for the 512 gigabyte model. And what do you get for that extra money? Not much. No new cameras, no battery increase, no faster charging, no RAM bump, no exclusive features like the Ultra's privacy screen. It's essentially a slightly refreshed version of the S25 Plus, but significantly more expensive. Meanwhile, the regular Galaxy S26 at least justifies part of its price jump by doubling the base storage from 128 gigabytes last year to 256 gigabytes this year. The Ultra, as always, packs the cutting-edge features and the most advanced hardware. The Plus, it just sits there, in the middle, awkwardly. What makes this even more interesting is the backstory. Reports suggest Samsung originally planned to replace the Plus model with an Edge version, likely inspired by the Galaxy S25 Edge. But the S25 Edge didn't perform well. It flopped. So instead of confidently pushing forward with a bold new direction, Samsung reportedly pulled the plug on the S26 Edge at the last minute and revived the S26 Plus. And it kind of feels like a backup plan. There's this odd sense that Samsung didn't really want the S26 Plus in the lineup. It's almost as if the company is nudging buyers toward the Ultra without directly saying it. The price gap between the Plus and the Ultra isn't that big anymore. When you're already spending $1,099, stretching to $1,299 for the Ultra suddenly feels easier to justify. And that could be the strategy. But here's the risk. The S25 Plus actually sold better than the S25 Edge last year. It wasn't a blockbuster, but it wasn't a disaster either. There clearly is a market for a larger phone that's not as expensive or over the top as the Ultra. The problem is value. If you're a buyer looking at the S26 lineup today, you have two logical choices. You either save money and grab the standard S26, which now starts at 256 gigabytes and delivers flagship performance, or you go all in and get the Ultra, which gives you the best display, cameras, features, and long-term bragging rights. The Plus doesn't clearly win in either direction. It's not the most affordable, it's not the most powerful, it doesn't have exclusive features, and now it's significantly more expensive than before. That's a dangerous position in a competitive flagship market. So what happens next? If the Galaxy S26 Plus underperforms, which feels likely, Samsung may seriously reconsider the three flagship strategy for the Galaxy S27 lineup. One option is going back to basics, just a standard model and an Ultra, similar to what the Galaxy S9 series did years ago. Another option would be bringing the Fan Edition into the main launch window, offering a more affordable flagship alternative that actually makes sense for budget-conscious power users. Or, and this is something a lot of longtime fans would love, Samsung could introduce a Galaxy S27 Note, a slightly more affordable device than the Ultra with a fully featured S Pen and a distinct identity. That would at least give the middle tier a clear purpose. Because right now, the Galaxy S26 Plus feels like a product without one. It's not a bad phone. On paper, it's still a premium flagship with top-tier performance and polished software. But in a lineup where every dollar matters, not bad isn't enough. And unless Samsung gives the Plus a real reason to exist next year, this might be the last time we see it in the Galaxy S lineup. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.